JLo's recent documentary showcased the intimate details of her star-studded life, but various celebs have shared a different view of the star over the years. Here are the top 10 celebrities who caught Jennifer Lopez stealing. Usher was left out of an important decision once, and it led to some legal troubles for JLo. The song in question here is Get Right. Get Right was written by Usher and producer Rich Harrison for Confessions. The album was released by Usher in 2004. The song was originally called Ride. The thing was, it wasn't good enough for the album, or something went wrong. Either way, it didn't make the cut, and vault tracks weren't common yet, so the song sat there until JLo was interested. Harrison decided to give the track to JLo, presumably without checking with Usher first if his reaction is anything to go off of. Usher claimed he didn't sign off on the decision and was quick to demand publishing rights. Obviously, the song made it out on JLo's side as it was released and is now considered a fan favorite. Shawnette Harrell sang the chorus to popular JLo song If You Had My Love, but was credited as just a background singer. Having others lend vocals to songs is super common in Hollywood. In recent years, it's more common that people will sing the majority of their song, and other voices will truly be background vocals. It seems in this case, Harrell might not have been credited properly if she really did sing the chorus and JLo is just lip-syncing along. Likely though, JLo did put some vocals in there, mixed in with Harrell handling the brunt of it. As for crediting the person as a background singer, the vocals were mixed in a way that the background vocals typically were, plus there is no way to actually know if JLo was the one to sign off on that. Christina Milian is now a singer and actress. You might recognize her from the Netflix movie Falling in Love, the Kim Possible theme song, or the JLo song Play. Christina co-wrote the song and did record some vocals for it, vocals that can be heard on JLo's version of the track. But as we know now, that did not happen. But JLo did kind of steal her work, not really because she would have had to get permission, but you know what I mean. People thought maybe Christina felt negatively towards JLo. It turns out that is very much not the case. In an interview with Page Six, Christina got to clear up any rumors swirling around the internet. She said there is nothing malicious between her and JLo. She talked quite highly of the singer, and even explaining that she was okay not being fully credited for the track, saying hands down she killed it. She's so good, I love that song, I'm on the credits for whatever nature, as a writer and for singing backgrounds. There is credit for that. I'm also just so happy that she did it because she's an icon, she's amazing. It's funny when people talk about this being kind of a thing about me singing on the song with Jennifer. I mean, I have background singers on some of my songs. It's no different than Michael Jackson having background singers on songs or Britney Spears. This is what music is made of. You want a blend of voices, it makes songs better to me. She even clarified why the song went to JLo, explaining that she liked another party song she had written more, AM to PM, and figured that only one would make the album, so she passed on Play. JLo caught it and recorded it, doing some rewrites with Christina, and then it was off and hitting the charts. Ironically, it could be argued JLo's song I'm Real is not very real at all. Ashanti is the real deal here, at least when it comes to the chorus, and ad-libs, and the writing of the song. Allegedly, the song I'm Real by Jennifer Lopez was written by Ashanti. She sung the demo that was given to JLo. Usually artists, when they get demos, they just use it to see what the song will sound like. Then they re-record the song because it's their song now and they want their vocals. At least that's what one might think. In this case, and a few more cases that we've looked at and will look at, it looks like JLo did not re-record anything, just kept the demo vocals and the ad-libs. Ashanti received credit for background vocals, but the co-writing credit was nowhere to be found. So while JLo likely got permission from either the performer or the company, it wasn't a good look in the eyes of the public. To make the entire situation worse, JLo, who is Puerto Rican, used the N-word on the track. That was met with the appropriate response and callouts. I'm Real was so successful that Ashanti did write for JLo again, so there must not have been too much bad blood between the women. She came back to write Ain't It Funny, also adding some ad-lib vocals into this song. She did get to appear in the music video for this one. It's hard to imagine any JLo song being more popular than Jenny from the Block, but for a brief moment, all I have was the moment. While most of the song was JLo's vocals, part of the chorus was sampled from Deborah Law's song Very Special. Very Special came out in 1981 and JLo's song in 2002, so quite a bit of time between the two. Sony did get permission to use the sample, however, no one told the original singer, Deborah Laws, so she took JLo to court. The case was dismissed, she tried again, and it was dismissed again. Specifically, she went to court over the sample, but that doesn't mean it was Law's vocals on the JLo track. The part of the chorus that wasn't JLo was a woman named Makeba Riddick. Riddick was with Roc Nation at the time. Makeba does have a connection to another famous track, Love the Way You Lie, featuring Rihanna. She produced Rihanna's vocals. This one is mainly a fan rumor and speculation. Quanella Cox was a background singer on Jennifer Lopez's tours and was possibly a vocalist on her hit song Love Don't Cost a Thing. Love Don't Cost a Thing is one of J-Lo's biggest hits, so it makes sense it would eventually be examined with a magnifying glass, or I guess just a good ear to pick apart to see if J-Lo is singing. Some fans would argue that in parts of the song, she isn't, that instead of J-Lo's vocals being heard, it's actually Cox. Cox is not that big of an artist, unfortunately, though she is very talented. She released some of her own music and albums back in the early 2000s, but they didn't do very well. A leaked demo caused people to listen to Lopez's signature track, Jenny from the Block, a little more closely, as it was rumored that J-Lo didn't even sing part of her most popular tune, and that some vocals actually belonged to Natasha Ramos. Of all the people on this list, Natasha is probably one of the most outspoken. She has used her multiple social media accounts to prove her involvement with the hit song. Using her X account, she tweets out her demo for the song, telling people to compare for yourselves. However, that was mainly in response to people saying she was lying about ever being involved with the track. Back in 2019, she tweeted a short summary of her involvement, writing, "I just want to clarify something. J-Lo did indeed go into the studio and lay down some background vocals over mine. So I wouldn't say she's so much lip syncing, however the backgrounds are predominantly me, some ad-libs and laughs as well." So that is nice to get cleared up. J-Lo is technically still singing her biggest song, just with a little more help than we may have thought. Social media star Samantha Barbash was the inspiration behind the critically acclaimed film Hustlers, produced and starring Jennifer Lopez. Samantha, however, does not appreciate the film and actually sued J-Lo and her company for defamation. Samantha shared her perspective on the situation in an interview with TMZ. She said, "They basically stole my story. I wouldn't sign my rights away. I wasn't giving away my film and TV rights for peanuts. J-Lo doesn't work for free, why would I?" Further claiming that 87% of the film made was wrong. Samantha's case was ultimately dismissed. Brandy might have been the one mad at J-Lo for taking her song, but she has also now accidentally, maybe purposely, roped herself into the feud between Mariah Carey and J-Lo. Let's start with the Brandy drama. Brandy wrote a song called Ride or Die for her album Aphrodisiac. The problem was there was a bunch of delays with the album, and for some reason those delays meant that Brandy no longer had the song and it went to J-Lo for her Rebirth album. Ride or Die did still keep quite a few Brandy vocals though, which I can only imagine added fuel to the feud fire. How did Brandy get into the decades-long feud with Mariah and J-Lo though? Well, she posted a picture with Carey in 2017 and captioned it #SheKnowsMe, to which Carey confirmed in the comments, "I sure do." This exchange might mean nothing to the average person, but to J-Lo fans this was a declaration of war. See, back in the early 2000s when J-Lo was starting to become a major name and Mariah Carey was releasing hits left and right, Carey was on a red carpet and the topic moved to Lopez, to which Carey replied with, "I don't know her." Such a simple sentence, and yet it ignited decades-long feud, so that's what J-Lo fans believe Brandy was referencing with her hashtag caption. But that one little comment on Carey's part could not have possibly been the thing to ignite the feud. Maybe the straw that broke the camel's back, but it certainly wasn't the first thing to happen between the pair. The first big step was probably, if you look at it from Mariah Carey's perspective, when J-Lo stole a never-before sampled song from her ahead of her album release. That was pretty bad. The song that had never been sampled before was Firecracker by Yellow Magic Orchestra. Mariah wanted it for her upcoming song Loverboy, so she of course applied for a license. The only thing was her ex-husband must have hated her because he also applied for the same song and unfortunately for Carey, beat her out. So J-Lo's track, I'm Real, got the sample, and it also featured vocals from another singer named Shailene Thomas. Presumably this fiasco is what sparked the flames of the feud. Thanks so much for watching and listening along. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!